Welcome to FudgeMuppet, I'm Scott.
And I'm Michael, and if you don't subscribe immediately, my family will be mauled to death by a horde of ravenous hamsters that want nothing but to tear flesh from bone.
So don't be unwise and subscribe for more videos listing fictional things in order of subjective preference. Speaking of which, here we have the top 10 companions in Fallout 4.
Let's begin.
In the number 10 position, we have the C-3PO of the Fallout universe, your trusty Mr. Handy Codsworth. Codsworth is the friendliest chap whom is delighted to serve you. He is your own personal robot butler who has known you since the pre-war era, back when he was washing your dishes and changing diapers for you. He isn't the most combat-savvy companion, he can't even make you a cup of tea, but he does provide some nice banter and often references the time before the war. So that's nice.
Now we have our token super mutant companion in Fallout 4, Strong. Now, while debatably not as good as Lily or Forks from the previous games, he's still pretty cool in his own right. He's the first super mutant that is actually quite barbaric and comparable to the other super mutants that you fight. He loves violence, cannibalism, killing shit, and he's on a quest to be the best of them all, desperately searching for the milk of human kindness so that he can access human power. So if a deranged, barbaric, homicidal monster seems like your kind of company, then you will be more than pleased with Strong.
To infinity and beyond is where this charming chap will take you during your adventures. Not really, but Paladin Danse is in a nutshell Brotherhood buzz, ready to eliminate any synth, super mutant, or ghoul. He's also a pretty dope dude, decked out in power armor, perfect for a Brotherhood of Steel character. He's also got a deep, dark secret that you can discover during the main storyline, and let me assure you, it's far more captivating than a secret stash of granny porn under his bunk on the Prydwen.
Everyone likes a journalist, am I right? Especially the sassy, pestering, do-gooder type. Well, Piper fits this archetype at first. But as you get to know her by traveling through Boston, she really turns out to be quite a sweet, compassionate, and caring character, while still having sassy banner drops mid-conversation. I'm genuinely serious when I endorse this character for reasons other than being the only romanceable female who isn't a robot or a psycho drug junkie.
Speaking of whom, meet Cait, the Irish lass who loves to smash everything, smash some faces, smash some whiskey, and smash some pingers. She's essentially drugs and violence wrapped into a present with an Irish accent for wrapping paper. But where she can occasionally be rather uncouth for those with ears of gold, but definitely has some really nice lines and a very strong personality, with a real take no shit stance on life. Cait is the embodiment of her rough past, and might I say that rough is a severe understatement. She is also one of the characters that you can have a significant impact on by helping her get over her addiction to chems.
Now we have this dashing dude with an ugly mug in the number 5 position. If you think that you know a crazy druggie, you haven't met Hancock yet. This dude actually took an experimental drug that turned him into a ghoul. Kids, don't do drugs. While being immortal sounds fantastic, looking like a flesh bag hated by humans is simply not worth it. Though in Hancock's case, it was totally worth it because he is such an awesome character with wit, style, and some drug-fueled fun. He is truly a tip-top companion.
Now beware, because I'm gonna spoil some shit with this one. When you meet Curie, she starts off as a modified Miss Nanny model robot designed to help a dude with some nerd shit. But it is her second incarnation in a sexy synth body that gives every 13-year-old boy a special sensation. Every adolescent only dreams of an intelligent sex bot with an alluring French accent. Believe it or not, she isn't just a pair of synthetic tits either. She actually has quite the cute personality, possessing curiosity and the desire to learn all about the world, absorbing all the nerdy stuff that she can.
Look who's the Mungo now, you annoying little prick. Well, at least he used to be. See this guy? Well, he used to be this annoying little child turd in Fallout 3. But now he's this badass mercenary with a penchant for pennies and a soft spot for sarcasm. It's been 10 years since we last met this guy, and he's been through a lot. He's one of the most real characters in Fallout 4 and one of the most relatable. He isn't some idealist or do-gooder. He is simply a merc surviving in the wasteland, trying to do best by those close to him. He also has a very emotional backstory and a complex worldview, making him one of the best companions to have for your wasteland adventures. Hence, Mr. MacCready is number 3 on the list.
Liar, liar, Deacon is the companion you desire for the number 2 position. Deacon is the witty, pathological liar who also has the desire to do good. He's also quite the crafty individual. Before you meet him, you discover that he's actually been following you since you left the vault. You can actually see him disguised in Good Neighbor, watching you before you discover the railroad. Speaking of disguises, he also changes clothes regularly when adventuring with you, and through conversation you can also discover that he actually uses facial reconstruction to keep up his spy game. Deacon also has the best stealth capability of any companion, making him ideal for an agent or assassin type character. He is full of mystery. Anything he tells you should be taken with a grain of salt, because you can never know whether it is true or not.
In the number 1 position, we have the synth detective Nick Valentine. This is a man with a complex history, mainly because his history isn't even his. He was created by the Institute and had the mind of a pre-war police detective, Nick Valentine, implanted into his own mind. Confusing stuff. Essentially what we have here is a sentient synth challenging us with philosophical questions like, do robots go to heaven? Can I fuck a robot? Is it sex or toy-assisted masturbation? Regardless of these existential questions, one thing must be stated about Nick Valentine. He is the best companion in our opinion. Here is why. Sick voice, mad costume, solves crimes, has the mind of a pre-war detective, and you can actually do detective cases with him. He has a kind heart with a good sense of justice, and finally he is a fucking cool looking synth with a smashed up scarred face, giving him extra badass points. Additionally, if you haven't had it spoiled for you, it is a big surprise when you do discover him in the main storyline and he turns out to be a synth. Overall, he is just an awesome character that we love and you probably love too.
Thanks so much for watching. Follow us on Snapchat for unlimited fun and updates.
And also remember, my family is actually mid-death scene right now getting fucked by hamsters, so please, please, please subscribe.
I hope it didn't make you uncomfortable.